It was the dead of night. Thick jungle stretched in every direction. A young woman stood trembling in the darkness, lost and afraid. She didn't know how she'd gotten there, or whether she was even in the right place. She looked around desperately, but there was nothing to see except endless trees swallowed in shadow. Then she heard something. A voice cutting through the silence. Terrified, she threw herself into the bushes and hid. Through the leaves, she watched 4 men walk past. A coffin balanced on their shoulders. The moment she recognized who or what they were, her blood ran cold. Silently, she begged whatever goddess might be listening to save her. The 4 men kept coming closer. Her heart pounded harder with every step they took. They were almost upon her when she woke with a jolt, frightened and panicked. Just then, hearing Rose's scream, Rose's father, Elon, rushed into the room. Elon asks Rose, "What happened, dear?" But Rose is nervous. She can't say anything. Then Elon goes to his daughter. His daughter tells him her scary dream, and she is very frightened. Elon comforts Rose and says, "It's okay, sweetheart. Nothing's wrong. It's just a dream. Nothing like that happens in reality." Rose falls asleep right there, lying in her father's lap. Father and daughter fall asleep right there, just as they are. And morning breaks. The golden rays of the sun gently touch their faces. As morning arrives, Elon leaves for work, while Rose stays home alone, watching the news on television. Suddenly, a breaking news report interrupts the broadcast. A series of mysterious incidents have been occurring in the forest outside the city. For the past several days, people have been disappearing without a trace. After hearing the news, Rose becomes frightened, remembers her dream, and feels as though the people carrying the coffins are somewhere nearby. Elon is sitting in his office when he suddenly receives a call. He answers it and suddenly learns that his father is critically ill. Elon is shocked. Elon returns home from the office. His father lives in a remote village outside the city. Since his wife is out of town, Elon quickly packs a bag with a few belongings, takes his daughter Rose with him, and immediately sets off for the village, worried about his father's condition. After driving for a long time, Elon finally gets close to the village. The village was very beautiful, but neither Elon nor Rose had any idea what was about to happen to them. Something that would bring devastation to their lives. Finally, Elon arrives at his father's house. Seeing her grandfather sick, Rose starts crying. Elon is also very worried. Seeing his father's critical condition, Elon called the best doctor from the city. A doctor soon arrives at the house and carefully examines Elon's father. At night, the exhausted Rose falls asleep on the bed. She has the dream again. It is nighttime. The village is eerily silent, with darkness all around. Finding herself all alone, Rose becomes terrified. Innocent and helpless, the terrified Rose sits down on the ground. She is extremely distressed. Just then, Rose hears the sound of footsteps. Hearing the sound, a glimmer of hope rises in her heart. As soon as she hears the sound, Rose looks to the other side of the wall and is startled. Rose sees the same 4 strange-looking ghosts carrying a coffin again. Rose suddenly wakes up from her sleep. Sweat is dripping from her forehead.
and her heavy breathing clearly shows her overwhelming fear, as if something terrible is about to happen. Morning arrives. Rose, Elon's brother, and his sister-in-law are all sitting at the dining table, eating breakfast. Rose sits quietly, looking worried, while everyone else seems happy.
After finishing breakfast, Rose's Uncle John says that he is going to the fields. Just then, Rose says, "I want to go too."
Rose and Uncle John get into the car and drive toward the fields.
Rose had grown up in the city, so she did not know much about farming. John explains everything to her, and she is very happy.
For a while, all of Rose's fear faded away, and she felt happy.
Then, in evening, Rose and John head back home, but it gets very late. On a dark night, while driving through the forest, the car suddenly breaks down.
John gets out of the car and checks the engine, but he cannot figure out what is wrong.
It was already very late. After thinking for a moment, Uncle John leaves Rose by the car and goes to look for help. In the middle of the dense forest, finding help was almost impossible. Fear begins to take over Rose, and she starts to panic after finding herself all alone. Rose gets out of the car and walks into the forest.
In the terrifying forest, Rose walks alone, looking around in fear as she desperately searches for someone to help her.
Rose spots an old hut deep in the forest. It looks worn down and abandoned. Hoping to find help, she slowly walks toward the hut. Rose forcefully pushes open the hut's door and walks inside.
Rose is terrified when she sees human skulls and skeletons lying inside the hut.
Rose walks over to the man sitting inside the hut and asks, "Who are you?" Terrifying sounds begin echoing throughout the hut. Rose is frightened. Suddenly, the man slowly lifts his head, revealing that he is a ghost. Without warning, the ghost attacks Rose, and she dies instantly.